In this video and in the next, we're going to go over adding maintenance to our application. We've gotten to the point where we can import data from Strava. Now we need to record when maintenance happens based on the activity. In this video, we're going to go over setting up our model and setting up our view and URLs. In the next video, we're going to go over adding our form and actually wiring everything up so that it actually works and doing a final demo. So with that, let's go ahead and actually take a tour of the look and feel. If you've probably noticed up to videos to now, if you compare the video to the site that's live at cyclemento.com, you've seen some design differences. I've gone ahead and incorporated those into our application now. So if we look at that, you'll see the nice little landing page. If we go into our dashboard page, you'll see that we have our latest activity that we've pulled down. It's just very basic activity feed. So with that said and done, what we want to do is at our top of our activity feed, we want to have a form in place so that we can log what maintenance happens, and then it log based on the latest activity that's in our activity feed. To do that though, we need a place to store all of this data and a place to store the logic that deals with this. So with that, we're actually going to create a new app called maintenance. And then we're going to go ahead and add that to our settings file in our local apps section for our installed apps. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and create a maintenance model. Gone ahead and done some imports for timestamp model and distance model, which again is the abstract model that we created in our core. So we're going to create a class of maintenance and use our distance model since it's an abstract, and use our timestamp model, which is another abstract model that we like to use. And then the first field we're going to have is activity, and it's going to be a foreign key to our activity model. And then we're using the onDelete parameter so that when we delete the maintenance, it just sets the foreign key relationship to null so that it doesn't actually cascade down and delete the activity model, because it would be kind of sucky if you went through and deleted all the maintenance and it deleted the activities that related to it, and then you would get data that's out of sync with Strava. We're going to set null to true so that we can have null possible in the database. And since it's not a required field per se, we're going to go ahead and leave it to blank. The next field we're going to do is a description field, and it's going to be a text field, and this is going to be a place you can do free-form information about what maintenance took place so that you can keep good records into what's going on. We're going to add a place so that you can actually say, hey, this is where the activity happened, the maintenance happened. It could either be in your garage or it can be, down at your local bike shop. It's not required, so we'll do blank equals true. And then finally, we're going to associate it with a specific piece of gear, be it your primary bike or your secondary bike. And then finally, we'll set our onDelete to null as well so that it's not reliant upon some gear. And then we're going to set our related name to maintenance, so that way if we're going from gear, we can do gear.maintenance and get the maintenance history for that specific piece of gear. Then we're going to set our meta class area, and we're going to get the latest by created. And then finally, we're going to set our verbose name and our verbose name plural to maintenance so that it shows up as maintenance in the admin, so it makes a little more sense because maintenances doesn't really flow well. Then we're going to set our Unicode value to just the username and the created date, so if we look at the object in our console, it makes a little more sense. So with that, we're actually ready to create our migration. So let's do a manage make migrations, and there we go, we created our migrations, and then we'll go ahead and run them, and they run just fine. Now that we have our model done and our migrations done, let's go ahead and create our view for our maintenance view. First thing we're going to do is go into our maintenance views, and we're going to import our maintenance model. We're also going to import the form that we haven't created yet that will be created in the next video. We're going to create a maintenance create view and inherit from create view. And then we're going to add some attributes of model equals maintenance, form class equals maintenance form. And we're going to set our success URL to the dashboard. So as soon as you get done, it just redirects you right back to the dashboard where you started at to begin with. Finally, we're going to go ahead and set our URLs. So if we'll open up our URLs file in our maintenance app, we can import our view, and then we'll just quickly add our add and use the maintenance create view.as view and name it add. And then on our main URLs file, we're going to add a new line, and we're going to include maintenance URLs with the maintenance namespace. So with that, this concludes this video where we have created our model, we've done our migrations, we have our view ready to go, and we have our URLs ready to go. In the next video, we're going to cover you doing the form, then actually get it to the template, and then finally we're going to demo it